In this Yin Yoga practice, you just need a firm blanket that you can make a medium-sized roll with. Once you have that all rolled up there, you can place it towards the back of your mat and then begin to face your back towards that blanket roll. We're going to lay over this so the blanket supports the bottom edge of the shoulder blades. I like to put my elbows down onto the blanket roll and let the arms slide out to the sides of the room, releasing the upper back and the head down. You can notice here that my arms are behind the blanket roll. They've got plenty of space to open out nice and wide. And at least for now, you can leave the soles of your feet on the ground just to keep the low back nice and long. As you just start to really soften, especially around the upper back and the neck and head space. You can begin to release more and more around your jaw, all around your eyes. And from time to time, you might feel a little bit more breath around the belly space. The breath might begin to gently lengthen bit by bit. You can start to really connect to this process, this sensation of softening. And here, with the soles of the feet on the ground, begin to sway your thighs, sway your knees side to side, like the windshield wiper movement. And eventually let that roll you over onto your right or left side. You can just pause on your side, kind of curl up, support your head, let that upper back space slowly release. And then begin to press yourself on up from there. So we're going to take that blanket roll, we're going to open it up, spread it out, put that at the top of your mat. So you can come around to your hands and knees and then lay down so your arms and your chest are on that blanket, laying down on your belly. We'll move into this shoulder opener. the right arm is going to open out to the right side of the room. You then begin to roll towards the right side of your body. Only roll as far as it feels okay. You might begin this pose by just tucking your knees up, stacking left leg on top of right leg as the knees are bent. You could stay there in that position the whole time. Or for some of you, as you open up or just become more accustomed to what's going on around your chest and shoulder space, you might end up lengthening your legs down. You might even bend that left knee and put the sole of the foot on the floor. You could leave your left arm relaxed in front of you, or some of you might just kind of drape that left arm around the back of your body. Letting the movements here really feel like they are unfolding, not needing to force or strain or push. More so like the movements unfold from this softening process. You might let your head get a little bit more relaxed, a little bit heavier. So you begin to absorb or soak in this sense of space and time. You have space and time to breathe. Nice and easy. Slowly unroll onto your belly. Let your hands stack, support your forehead. Let your knees bend and sway your shin bones side to side, taking the feet and the shin bones through that windshield wiper motion. To bring the legs back to center so you can release them down, and we'll go over to the other side. Extend the left arm out to the left side of the room. Begin to roll towards the left side of the body, tucking the knees up to begin, helping you to settle the head and jaw space more and more. Feeling free to stay here and breathe. Or if the pose begins to unfold, letting it unfold naturally, kind of on its own time. Those options are to extend your legs down, Sometimes the right knee bends, the sole of the foot is on the ground. And there's that option of right arm draping behind the back of your body. Just checking in if there's any gripping, any grasping. Have a few breaths to let that release. And if when you release the gripping or you release the grasping, if that changes your shape, changes your form, go ahead and allow that to happen. So every once in a while, connecting to that gentle inhale and gentle exhale. Take your time here, but begin to slowly roll back onto the front of your body. Ease your way back into one hand stacking on top of the other, forehead resting on stacked hands, and then eventually knees bending, shin bones swaying side to side. Go ahead and bring those feet back to center. Release the legs down. Start to gently press yourself on up, coming up to your hands and knees. We're going to swing around to a seat, taking that blanket off the mat for a moment. Once you find your seat, take that blanket, roll it all the way up. And then place that blanket under the back of your knees. So your legs are extended out in front of you. Back of the legs are supported. Sitting upright, feel free to sweep your arms up to the ceiling. Take a breath in. And with your exhale, just very softly lean or tilt forward. So really check in, not pushing, not pulling, no force. This is a real practice. You just tilt or lean towards a sensation of an edge. And then that becomes your meditative space. If the breath becomes a little bit too short, too choppy, You can give yourself more and more room, bit by bit, for some of you. As you lean towards that edge, your breath might stay pretty steady, stay pretty spacious. And you can really feel that practice of just softening towards your edge, softening in towards your center. Some of you might be sitting up a little bit higher, where maybe you just tilt your chin down. Well, for others, you might be at a place where you can prop your elbows onto your legs and even rest your head into your hands. Feel a gentle inhale, slow exhale. And begin to slowly bring yourself up. Good. Take that blanket roll out, just place it off to the side. Scoot up on your mat so you can slowly roll all the way down, breathing into each vertebrae of your spine. As you make it down to the ground, you might want to sweep your arms up, back, and alongside your ears. Stretch your whole body out. Deep breath in. And then you can exhale, bring your arms down, bend your knees. We're going to move into twisted roots here. So we're going to take that right leg, extend it up to the ceiling, cross your right thigh completely on top of your left thigh. Let your arms open out to the sides of the room, nice and wide. You may already feel a stretch here, so you could stay here if you'd like. For some of you, you might take your crossed legs and just begin to let them slowly tilt to the left. You do have that blanket where, if you want, you could take that blanket and support the outer edge of your left thigh. And then you can let that right arm just open out nice and wide, broadening the chest. Letting your head roll to either side, right or left. The spirit of openly observing here, noticing what you experience as you breathe and soften. As you're here, some of you might keep that right arm opened out to the right side of the room. It is an option if that right arm stays connected to the earth. You could slide the right arm kind of up and alongside your right ear. It's totally okay if that right elbow bends. And if you go to do that and your arm is kind of popping up and off the floor, go ahead and open it back out again. Let it be supported. So wherever you're at, let's begin to unwind from this side. Come on back. Feel free to totally sprawl out. And then we can start to go to the other side. We can pass the blanket over to the right side of the body if you want it there. Reach your left leg up and cross your left thigh over your right thigh. Open your arms out. You'll begin to tilt your legs over to the right. That left arm is opened nice and wide, and it's just continuously softening, getting heavier and heavier down into the ground. Your head can turn to the right or left. And even though you might be feeling your breath more, you might be more connected to your breath, you don't even have to force your breathing. Just getting more into this place where it's like you are following your breath in, you're staying with it, and then you're following your breath all the way out. You might leave that left arm open, nice and wide, or some of you, as long as the arm stays connected to the earth, you might slide that arm up kind of loosely alongside the left ear. Breathing and softening. Nice and easy. Let's begin to unwind from this side, coming back, sprawling out. And then go ahead. You can start to bend both knees, hug your knees up and in. Feel free to rock side to side. Just massage your back out here. Eventually releasing your legs and getting yourself set up for the final relaxation. So take your time. You can place a blanket under the back of your knees. You could cover up. You could even put something over your eyes. Sprawl out, make space around your arms, your chest, your shoulders. And notice any sounds that you hear, sounds that come and go, that are near and far. And you can let yourself rest, let yourself be here for as long as you'd like.